Hello and welcome back to the Randy Rex Show. This is a very special episode, part 2 of the reality reckoning. So here recently ended a month-long drought for no new Real Housewives being aired. But that ended this past Sunday with the premiere of season 14 of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Previously, a month ago, the end of season 8, the infamous season 8 of the Real Housewives of Potomac ended. So there's been this month-long period of no new Real Housewives. The last season of New Jersey was pretty chaotic. It was pretty epic. We really had the face plant, not just the fall or the demise of the Teresa, Louis, and Melissa and Joe relationship that has really anchored the series for the majority of the series. Just barely, not even 2 seasons, wasn't focused on this relationship of Teresa and her sister-in-law and her brother, and then here recently with the addition of Louis. There was a brief period where they came around and it looked like Melissa and Teresa were friends. It's just so sad because I remember really having doubts that would last. But you never know with these kind of things. Like, this is why we love to watch shows like The Real Housewives, because we feel entitled to judge these people's decisions in their lives. I'm 100% willing to admit that. But, I made this assessment of their relationship when they were doing good, and I didn't think it was going to last, and sadly it did not last. And even though, I did just say that the last season of New Jersey was epic, and this season is probably going to be the same way, I don't want these people to be suffering. I don't want them to have these dilemmas in their relationships, specifically with their family. And New Jersey has always been pushed on us as a family Real Housewives oriented show. Back in season 1, we had the Caroline Manzo, her sister-in-law Jacqueline was on the show as a Real Housewife, and then her actual blood sister Dina was a Real Housewife. So there was that dynamic within the first season. And then season 3 is when Melissa came on, and Kathy, Teresa's cousin. So it's always been billed and pushed on us as like this family-oriented series within the Housewives franchise. Like Teresa, her sister-in-law, her brother, her mom, her dad, her husband, her kids, and then we saw the whole ordeal with her husband Joe, her ex-husband, being so vicious with her and ugly, and of course the downfall of their marriage and them both going to jail, her parents passing away, her getting a divorce from Joe, her meeting Louis, her getting married. It's a lot. And Andy Cohen has gone on the record as saying that the division between the cast members can't move forward. And, specifically that is the reason why the last season of Potomac was such a failure. They kind of had the same issue with the division of the cast, and there's not a really, there's no synergy between them. They're not filming together. They're refusing to film together. And it doesn't make for a great show. So he said it worked this season, and it, like I said, it looks like it's going to be a crazy epic season. But I, I don't know. I just have a weird space in my heart for all of the Real Housewives, especially not especially New Jersey, but even New Jersey, because it it just gets so intense, and the fandom gets so intense, and I just hate taking part in that. Like, that is a big thing within myself, and why I am even doing these videos, because anyone can look me up online and you can see what I've said in the past. I've said some pretty stupid stuff in the past. I've argued with kids about Big Brother contestants and winners. I've said really horrible shit, but I'm trying to be a better person. And I can see a red flag a mile away. And the Real Housewives of New Jersey's fandom and social media is so toxic. Like, it's like a vicious circle. It's just like a downward spiral. There's really just no winning. The only winning is to just be to understand and know your limits, and when to implement them, when to enforce them. That goes beyond Twitter and the Real Housewives. So, continuing on with premieres within the Real Housewives world, the Real Housewives of Dubai season 2 is finally going to premiere in about 2 weeks, at the very beginning of June, June 1st, June 2nd, something like that. But that's very exciting. Orange County just finished filming, so hopefully we'll get that relatively soon. I know that Salt Lake City has been filming, so the same thing with that. I want to get that on my TV screen as soon as possible. I know that New York is filming. Other than that, Atlanta is apparently still going through a casting process. What else is there? Beverly Hills, Miami, Potomac. I think they're all supposed to be filming relatively soon, except for Miami, apparently, for whatever reason. So, we're on and popping in the Real Housewives world. I just wish that Atlanta would get their shit together and figure out who they're going to have on their show and just get a show for us, because this is just a little bit ridiculous. A big reason, I should say, why I love to watch the Real Housewives, and it's another reason why this year I really just have dived deep into starting to listen to Taylor Swift. There's just this storytelling that goes on. There's something about getting to watch this all play out. That's what makes a good season, is you're invested in something and it pays off in the end. But so until next time.